Very good morning, children. Children, last time in our last lecture, we had started with our lesson number 10, that is disaster management. Okay, children, we'll just revise what we did in our earlier lecture and then we will move on with our today's lecture. Okay, children, in the first part of the lecture, I had shown you various news items about disasters, right, children? Some of them were natural disasters, while others were man made disasters. Okay, so, children, basically, we have studied two types of the disasters, natural and man made disasters. Okay, we can prevent certain disasters, but it is necessary to take precautions in some other kind of the disasters. Okay, we had also seen that both natural and man made disasters are related to each other. Okay, natural disasters like famine, lightning, strikes, cloudburst, storms, etc., they all occur due to the changes in the weather. Okay, and in such disasters, there is a huge loss of life and damage to property. Okay, then we had seen about the first natural disaster, that is famine. Okay, children, what is famine? The condition that arises due to long term and severe scarcity of food grains and water is called as famine. Okay, famines are very severe. Okay, but famine can be termed as natural and man made disaster as well. Okay, then we saw about causes of famine: drought, heavy rains, flood, crops getting washed away or damaged in the flood, then environmental changes such as temperature change, storms, cold waves, fog, damage of the crops, okay, or a natural calamity like earthquake are some of the causes of famine. Okay, children? And of this, drought is the main cause of famine. These all were natural calamities. Now, man made causes of famine are war, then internal unrest, absence of transport routes, uncontrolled population growth, etc. Okay, children, we had also seen that Asia has turned out to be the most famine affected continent of the world. Okay, and in Asia, India and China are mainly famine affected. Okay, then we had seen about, are we responsible for famine? Yes, the first reason for that is water shortage. Okay, second reason being that the rainfall is disturbed. Okay, next, balance in environment is lost due to the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides and we decides. The next reason is that unlimited lifting of water. Next is erosion of land, and the next is misuse of water. Oh, okay, children. Then we saw about what steps can be done to ease the severity of a famine. Okay. First, planned usage of water. Next, reuse of water. Next, proper planning, okay, of water conservation and harvesting at the local level. Okay, children. Next, large scale plantation of trees and prevention of deforestation. Next, making appropriate changes in plans taking into account the weather forecast. Okay, with all these we can ease the severity of a famine. Next, we had seen about the second natural disaster, that is cloud burst. Okay, and in that we first saw how does the rain occur, or what is a cloudburst. Okay, sometimes the water coming down from the clouds do not reach the land in the form of rain. Okay, but instead, due to a very high temperature near the land, it vaporizes and goes back into the same clouds. And as a result of this, what happens is that the amount of vapor in those clouds becomes very high. Okay, due to the rapid condensation, it rains suddenly over a specific and a small region, and this is what is known as cloudburst. Children, then we had seen the cloudburst that occurred in Mumbai on 26 August 2005 was unforgettable. Okay, why? Because on that day it rained about 950 millimeter, that is 37 inches, in 8 to 10 hours, and the entire city of Mumbai was waterlogged and flooded. Okay, children, and even a cloudburst had occurred at Leh, that is Ladakh, on 6 August 2010. So these two were the major cloudbursts, okay, recorded. Now, children, this was all about the last lecture. Now we will start with our today's lecture. Okay, now we'll see about flood. We have already learnt about floods and effects of floods, right? Preventive measures in the view of floods. What can we do to prevent floods? First, construction of small dams in the mountainous region. Okay? Next, construction of percolation tanks. Okay? Third, making riverbeds flat. Next, cultivation of new forests. And next, connecting rivers. Okay, these are all the protective measures by which the floods can be prevented. Children, see the yellow part in the slide. Government of India established the National Flood Commission in 1976. Okay, the commission has made special efforts towards the control of the floods. Okay, a plan regarding flood control is kept ready from national level to village level. Large scale damage of property and loss of life can be avoided because of the plan. Okay, so this was all about flood. Next calamity we come to is that lightning. Okay, how does lightning occur? Children, have you seen a flash of lightning in the sky? Yes. When have you seen it? At night, of course, and when it is raining heavily, right, children? And what causes lightning? Right? You all might have the same question, that what causes lightning? So, the answer to it is that we have learnt about generation of electric charge and lightning strikes in static electricity, right, children? We have learnt about the things in that lesson. Okay, we are going to learn more about lightning and measures of protection from it. Okay, children? Now, children, not all lightning strikes the ground. Okay, means whenever there is a lightning from the sky, not all comes to the ground. Okay, and in fact, about 95% of the lightning flashes are limited to the sky. Okay, uh, out of 100%, 95% lightning flashes are limited to the sky, means they don't come to our earth. Only 5% of lightning reaches the ground. Okay, children? Lightning can be generated within one cloud, between two clouds, or between a cloud and a ground. Okay, about 40 lightning flashes occur per second in the atmosphere. Children, see the rate. Okay, 40 lightning flashes occur per second, means see their quickness. Okay, per second में 40 lightning flashes होते हैं. Okay, means they are too quick and fast. The temperature generated by lightning is higher than that of the sun. Just imagine, children, the temperature of the lightning is higher than that of the sun. We consider the sun as the most hot star, right, children? But even higher than the sun is the temperature of the lightning, and that too it is at night. So just imagine, if lightning occurs and if it falls on us, what will be our condition, right, children? Within a fraction of a second we will be dead. Okay, if lightning occurs and if it falls on us. Okay, children? Due to this high temperature, the air under high pressure expands suddenly and a loud crashing sound is heard. Okay, now, do you know lightning strikes open ground maximum times? Okay, the world's mortality rate due to lightning is low. Okay, however, survivors of the lightning strikes suffer long term effects. The immediate effect of lightning affected persons can save their life. A study of places struck with lightning show that it happens more on the open ground than under a tree or near water. Mishaps have occurred most often when a person is at a high place or near a tall object. Okay, next. What precautions will you take during thunderstorms? First, do not stand on an open ground or below a tree. Okay, do not go to a high location or climb a tree. Next, do not stand near an electric pole, a telephone pole, a tower, etc. Do not lean on wired fences around a farm, a compound, a garden, or a house. If you are on a two-wheeler, a bicycle, a tractor, or a boat, get off immediately and go to a safe place. Do not gather all together in one place. Okay, children? Take care to keep a distance of 15 feet between any two persons, because if you all gather together and there is no distance between the persons, and if the lightning strikes one person, because he will be close to the other person may also get the strikes of the lightning. Okay, do not use plugged in electrical appliances. Do not use a mobile or a telephone. Means, in short, at such a time you will not use any of the electric and electronic devices. Okay, they can be harmful to you. Okay, stand on dry wood, a plastic sheet, sack or jute cloth, or dry leaves. Keeping your feet together, support yourself on the soles of your feet, placing your hands on your knees and crouch low. Okay, swimmers or fishermen should immediately come out of the water, because if it gets struck in the water will get the currents, and so the people who are swimming inside, or the fishermen, they may also get the currents. Okay, a pakka house is the safest place. Find out if there is a lightning conductor on any tall building near your house, and if necessary, get a lightning conductor fitted on to your house. Okay, children, so these are the precautions you will take during a thunderstorm. Okay, next we'll see about volcano. A volcano is a natural event. The interior of our earth is very much hot. Movement of hot substances continuously occur from the interior towards the surface of the earth. And as a result, sometimes the solid, liquid and gaseous substances below the earth's crust are pushed towards the crust. When these substances come out of the earth's crust in an eruption and start flowing, it is called as a volcano. Okay, what are the effects of a volcano? The substances such as lava, vapor, hot mud, sulfur, etc. get collected on the surface of our earth, and thereby mountains and hills are created. Okay, second, the atmosphere gets polluted due to the ash and gases ejected by the volcano. Next, often it rains as a result of volcanic eruption. Next, temperature rises due to hot gases. Forests and settlements get buried under the hot mud. Okay, volcanoes erupt in the sea as they do on the land. The same substances that come out during the eruption of a volcano on the land are ejected during that in sea. Okay, some islands are created due to this. it is not possible to prevent an eruption of a volcano. Right, children? Can we pre- prevent a volcano? No, we can't. To stop it after it erupts or to control it. However, by means of science and technology, it's possible to predict an eruption and to take immediate steps for disaster management. With this, we have finished some further part of the chapter, and the remaining part of our chapter we will complete it in our next lecture. Okay, thank you.